what the hell was Cassidy doing? And what happened? What caused that whole situation for y'all? Like, I need to know.
Cassidy is Cassidy, man. That man is the culture. That man is a goat when it comes to battle rap.
What this nigga done did now?
He didn't do nothing. I mean, him and he has a battle coming up for Rare Breed Entertainment, and the person he's battling is the dude Hitman Holla. You know him from probably because y'all don't really watch battle rap like that, but y'all probably know him from Wild 'N Out. And
okay, yeah, I remember Hitman Holla.
Yeah, so they had a.
I think Hitman gonna take that nigga though.
They had a face off this past weekend, and it got ugly. Basically, Hitman Holla was trying to say was saying, well, Cassidy was talking shit like Cassidy does. Hitman Holla was angry and emotional, and he told Cassidy he'll air this bitch out. Basically, saying he'll shoot the shit up.
What?
Yeah, and it just got out of hand. So I don't know how much of it was 100% true and all, or if
first of all, he not airing nothing now because he the biggest fucking
right. You the biggest one of the top stars on one of the top stars on Wild 'N Out. So you're not airing shit out. And you got Nick Cannon's name. You on the Nick Cannon's brand, so
right.
His brand ain't having none of that. So, but yeah. So long story short, Cassidy agitated this man and got him out of his character.
No, I don't give a fuck. I will hurt you, I don't give a fuck if it's the littlest nigga. I will hurt you. All right.
And he said that dumb shit, and it was caught on camera, obviously, and here we are. But they have a battle, so I mean, it's all. I think it's all in fun of battle rap.
When is it supposed to be? It's in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's in Atlanta, April 3rd.
Oh, y'all go. You know what I'm gonna say. Get vaxxed.
I ain't getting vaccinated.
Go ahead. No, I'm gonna be like, go ahead, go ahead, swallow, bitch. Let me see that neck. Let me see that neck.
The blood of God is bestowed upon me.
Let me see that neck, man. Go ahead. I got a bed. You want some? Drink that shit real quick. Let me see what you know.
He said, "Oh, this is good. It's good." Good, nigga.
Hey, you gonna be like, yo, red stripe or margarita? What you want?
I think the HIV canceled the vid out in Atlanta. You know, that's why.
Nah, hell no. They got a double entendre out there, nigga.
I just think of like I'm a hustler when I think of Cassidy. I'm old school, yo.
Like, you think about that over Hotel with R. Kelly? Hotel was his biggest hit.
But that wasn't the shit we was riding to though. We was riding to I'm a hustler.
Yeah, I'm a hustler.
We was riding to it. But
I hope this nigga don't come with this fucking 1999.
Nah, he not gonna change it. The nigga think he's the greatest in the world.
Nigga needs look. Well, he's gonna lose again.
Yeah, he is.
99 bars.
The problem is he gonna lose again, and then he gonna do the same thing the next battle. The nigga is not gonna change his flow.
Yeah. It's senior, bitch. Yeah. Welcome. Let me do my thing. Let me talk my shit. Let me do my dance. Let me talk my shit. What's up? Yeah.
Yo, welcome to another exciting episode of Hashtag That's My Best Friend. It's your boy Nick, aka the King, NML, back at it again, and I am joined by my nearest and dearest few good men, my youths, my guys. What's up, JV? What it do?
Why you talking all smooth like that?
I feel like I gotta be like the dig, man.
Just right out.
What up, though?
Ain't nothing, man. I'm running off 2.5 hours of sleep.
Vamp life, you used to it, though.
Yeah, vamp life. I'm trying to regain some of that sleep back, but you know how it go.
Peace.
Yo, what up?
Man, this nigga couldn't hear. He been spending that stemmy, man. You stemmy wasted out there, joint. Come on, man.
Ain't got it.
1942.
Joe hating on me. Joe hating on me,
You had that
man.
1942 crab legs. Yo, I seen you in Atlanta this weekend. I seen you.
Well, you might see me out for this battle that's coming up on April 3rd, but other than that,
Yo, you actually gonna go? Oh man,
I might. Yo. So this is a crazy battle about to go down. So,
all right.
Well, April 3rd.
Yeah.
In Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta. A lot of niggas battling.
It's gonna be at the convention center.
Nah, I don't. It's gonna be at some warehouse type of shit.
Uh-oh.
You sure you don't want to go to that event tomorrow? You know, you still got time, my friend. You still got time.
I'm not. You won't be injecting me with anything.
Yo, we gonna get you, yo, vaxxed up, nigga. Marv, what up, though? What's poppin'?
What up? What's good? What the business is? I'm out here.
Yo, this is you heard it first.
We got the Rari in the background.
I'm about to say Marv is on the set of Fast and Furious 11 right now. We introducing Marv got him. Yo, he taking Paul Walker's place, man. He passed the torch.
Man.
Charge your life, gang.
Listen, man. We dripped out and dripped up. You heard? Nah, I'm good. Chilling. You know what I'm saying? Same old, just on my money grind. Money all the time. You know what I mean? Trying to stay healthy. Stay away from the fuck shit. And level up. You feel me?
It's the only way to ever lose a paper chase.
Indubitably.
That's what we gotta do. You gotta get to the money.
Yes, sir.
We gonna talk.
I found out how I know that shorty that me and you was talking about Marv.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about.
We gonna run it back.
That's for after hours.
I just thought about how I know who she is. Okay. Yes, sir.
But yeah, me. What's I'm good. I guess. Yeah, I'm good. I'm blessed. I need a haircut ASAP. You know, I'm gonna go ahead, holler at my boy. You know, get me right. But I'm just living and working, grinding. The bees are out. The birds are chirping. Spring is here. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at. Speaking of spring, how did y'all enjoy the weekend? The weather? What y'all do? Did y'all do anything outside? Or were y'all inside?
Inside. I was meal prep poppy all weekend.
True. Yo, where can you get the meal preps at though?
Fresh Oral Health.
If y'all ain't tried these meals, like I'm telling y'all, it's changed your life. Like it's not even because it's my man's. You know what I'm saying? Like I fed this shit to my grandfather, yo. If it's good enough for my grandfather, it's good enough for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, so trust me, if you're trying to get right, holler at this family's Instagram, ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna put it out there right now. If y'all DM the chat and you say you want some meals, I'm gonna pay for your first week of meals. You heard it first. First person in the chat to say, I want some meals, I'm gonna pay for your meals. Say less. But try Fresh Oral Health. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
You're right. But yeah.
They gotta follow the That's My Best Friend Instagram and screenshot it.
ASAP. Early. You wanna eat healthy, you wanna eat good food for free, some good food, good vegan, 500 calories or less, get you right, get you slim, get your summer body right. Yo, hit the DM. But yeah, that's what's up, man. Fresh Oral Health. And Trevor Genius is always this podcast is powered by TrevorGenius.com. Check us out, www.trevorgenius.com. Hot fire on the way. Of course, Dominican Getaways on and popping. Holler at Marv for their trip in May.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Y'all got your stimmies. Why don't y'all stimulate y'all passport by adding that stamp? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? $1,400. You can get an all-inclusive trip. You know what I'm saying? Flight probably. I don't know if you want Spirit. You know what I'm saying? And then
flight separate, but everything else is included. Meals, room and board, depending on how many days you could do, from 3 to 7 days, depending on your type of lifestyle that you trying to live. You feel me? But you know, if you knew better, you do better, baby. I don't even think Spread does Spread fly out there.
Hell nah. Niggas lose their letters if they fly out there.
But yeah, I would advise you buy your tickets before in hand to get the cheapest, flight. You can fly into Santiago or you can fly into POP direct. Either way, you're gonna have to take a little drive.
So. Santiago, the Santiago ride is crazy, but it's worth it. DR is paradise, especially Memorial Day weekend. If I could be there, I would, but I can't for other circumstances. But yeah, spend Memorial Day in paradise, kick it with some good people, all inclusive type of shindig. Make sure you holler at that. There will be a link in this week's episode for more information, so make sure you check us out. Like I said, we're going to have links for Fresh Oil Health. We're going to have links for Dominican Getaway and Intrepid Genius and the links. And I always say this at the end of the podcast. I don't know why, but I'm going to say it at the beginning. Make sure that you subscribe to all of our social media outlets. Check us out on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, of course, YouTube. Show us some love on Instagram. We'll be on TikTok soon. We about to take over it. That's my best friend. Merch is coming out in the summer, yo. It's about to be lit, yo. We're gonna get to where the money resides. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it a little later. But yeah, where the money resides. But yeah, spring for me, I was out Saturday I didn't do nothing. Sunday I went out. I saw everyone was living. I got sad again because I'm like, yo, I've been living in the Matrix. Yeah, I got sad because I'm like, yo, it don't make sense to me. Like I'm home, you know what I'm saying? Just like, man, the vid is out. And I'm like, yo, I go pick up some Nando's. And next thing you know, I'm like, yo, the vid's gone. Where'd it go? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody out having fun. They taking selfies on the rooftops, drinking, you know what I'm saying? At Bar Louie, like turned up on the little patio. Like One Loudon was One Loudon the way y'all should have seen One Loudon. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that winter One Loudon before the vid. It was summertime One Loudon. So
the winter one, that joint was popping. It just be a lot of whack people there.
I mean, it's still whack people there, regardless, because it's Loudoun County. But you know what I'm saying? Like it was still a vibe. He still can catch a vibe easily.
Me and Jonathan destroyed One Loudon for those those months that we were there.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some drunk nights.
Yeah.
Y'all sponsored by Bullet.
Yeah, we was drinking mad Bullet there.
Hell yeah.
Bullet and Casamigos or whatever else you was drinking.
Nah, it was
drink Casamigos no more.
I don't drink Casamigos no more.
It was Makers and Bullets, yo. It was either Makers night or Bullets night.
And I don't drink Bullet no more either.
Bullet?
You off that Bullet?
No, I don't drink Bullet no more.
So what
you had a bad experience?
Nah, we just drink that shit too much. I just don't want it no more. I'm on Monkey Shoulder. I'm on Makers. On any good quality whiskey, really. Ain't that Don Julio, obviously. I want to try LeBron shit, the Lobos, but it's not out here yet.
Yeah,
LeBron got one?
Drinking.
Yeah, it's called Lobos.
I've been drinking Ribby, or I drank some Ciroc. I had Ciroc all weekend long, but that was because the citrus version. I had to finish that bottle. But yeah, man, Bullet was our joint though, man. That's kind of made me sad. Like when I open the rooftop, we can't. When I open the rooftop, we can't drink no Bullet.
I don't know, man. Bullet was only our thing because of that 1 year that y'all did
the fundraiser.
Yeah, that's the only reason we even started drinking that bullshit.
Buying something new. Shout out to Sonny in the city. Toys and whiskey.
Have you seen Sonny in a minute?
And on me on the gram, you know what I'm saying? The COVID, everybody been Everybody been on the low. I'm sure we'll cross paths at some point during the summer. Once I hit these streets again. I almost had this situation. And this is the other thing, like when I say where the money reside, these families have figured out to make money. Like it was this restaurant on the wharf. They're offering this have you seen like those igloo setups where you can go outside but you like in like an igloo type situation?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yo, I'm about to take Shorty Shorty been in the crib for 14 months, ain't do nothing. I guess it's time to, let her hair down. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, all right, we about to buy one of these igloos. Dog, this igloo shit, first of all, it's $125 per person to be in the igloo. So you got to spend over $125 per person for the igloo. And trust
they
me,
got fucking penguins in that bitch.
Yo, exactly. Trust me. Like, I'm not been on no brokey. I'm not no broke boy. You know what I'm saying? So,
but it's like, I mean, if you give me an experience that warrants that, then I'm not gonna be mad. But yeah, like tell me about the experience.
I'm not even done. So it's 125. It's 125 per person. So you got to spend at least $125 per person. It's only 90 minutes. So they time it in 90 minutes, and there's a 22% automatically gratuity, which is, that's expected. But then on top of the 22%, then they got a 15% sanitation fee. So to clean that joint up, then they have $150. It's called, they said, a group fee to use the igloo for 90 minutes. So you talking about you trying to take your lady, you know what I'm saying? You trying to take your lady outside just to sit outside and get some food to drink. You talking about you spending probably like $500 just to sit out for 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, rooftop. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get you a Slurpee. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put some liquor in that Slurpee. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get this Nando's, we're gonna sit this rooftop. Bump this. We ain't doing no igloo. All that bread just to sit out, and it's, you know what it is? It's all about that Instagrammable moment. Remember that crappy that future sports joint Keys we went to where
my God.
They're like, yo, this
so they got us. How much? That shit was like $100, wasn't it?
Nah, this shit was $30. It was $30 per person.
It was $30?
Oh, yeah, but still, like, you think that this gonna be something from the gram? You be like, oh
shit,
man, this
should have been
dope.
$2.
You like, oh, this.
But all right, so with that whole shit being said, what was the experience like? What did they do other than serve you food outside in the igloo? Like,
nothing.
Not a damn thing.
They don't. That's why I was like, I'm not doing it. I can see they give you a bottle. Like, all right, we don't give you a bottle.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even get no bottle. You just gotta spend. You gotta spend for the menu. You gotta spend at least $125. Then, and the thing that got me, like, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I spend, maybe if I go out, I might spend a couple $100 to eat and drink. But yo, the sanitation fee. So you gonna charge me to sanitize the igloo? Like, come on, man. Nah, I wasn't rocking with it. So,
thank God for patios and rooftops.
And why the fuck is the sanitation a percentage of your fucking bill when it should just be a flat rate? Like, so you mean to tell me if I order $1,000 worth of food and drinks, I'm gonna pay 15% of $1,000, nigga?
Exactly. That's why I was like, yo, where the money reside? But these fools is buying it. Because they so pressed to be outside, and they pressed to have those Instagrammable moments. So like they paying that. Yo, it ain't worth it, yo. I ain't stunned, yo, dog. That's how, yo. If I got it, I got it. If I don't, I don't. But yo, I'm not spending not for that.
If I got it, I don't. Nigga, fuck out of here.
Not for that.
I'll tell you right now,
I don't got it if I got it.
I ain't got it.
Not for that. Instagram is like the biggest flex, yo. Like you can take the most basic, most random situation, and if you curate it right on Instagram, you can make it pop. Like that whole. We went to this art exhibit called Future Sports. If y'all listening to Future Sports, that shit was horrible. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can make it 10 times better. Anyway, like literally from the pictures, that joint looked crazy. It looked all futuristic. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, so me, Keith, John, you went too? Or?
Yeah, I went there.
Yeah. So we all there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go in this joint. It's just like a big ass warehouse. You know what I'm saying? Like it looked like they spent a couple hours, bought some plywood from Home Depot, put some stuff together, went to Dick's Sporting Goods, you know what I'm saying? Got some basketballs and tennis balls and put some neon lights, and they were like, yo, we about to take your money, yo. Like, and that joke was like, it was like $30 per person every 30 minutes. And that shit was selling out every session, right? So they was thinking the sessions was probably like 25 people. So they had 25 people just go through a warehouse for about 30 minutes to look at plywood and tennis balls and basketballs and spray paint for 30 minutes. And I'm talking about, but from the gram though, you be like, oh, this is popping. Yo, you go on this joint, you be like, yo, what is this? What is
this?
This
is nice.
Let me speak to that goddamn manager.
This shit was
it was some shit like that.
She was unbelievably bad.
The gram be getting you, yo. Spring is here. Oh yeah, somebody said the Black Wax Museum and B More is horrible. Yeah, man, I don't like wax.
Black Wax Museum.
Them niggas is melting. Them niggas is melting.
They said that they had one in Texas. They said they had to take Trump out of it because people kept fighting it. Like people kept beating up the wax statue of Trump. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. I would have melted that joint down too if I went in that joint. I would have torched it. But yeah, wax museums. Like I think about everything. Every time I think about a wax museum, I think about Tales from the Hood. The only thing about spring, I'm glad spring's here. Like the weather's starting to get better. You can go out for walks. Get your cardio on. I don't know, because I know all y'all not. See, John, I don't think you really had to deal with it too much. And I know, Keith, you probably ain't had to deal with it. But every 17 years, these things come out of the ground called cicadas. And it's they're like a locust, right? But they call it the brood because the whole, by May, everything in DC is going to be covered in cicadas, yo. And I can't deal with it. It's like, the cicadas is crazy because it's like when I was in kindergarten, I remember a whole tree of them fell on me. Like I was playing around and they fell on me. I was covered in cicadas. So that joint freaked me out. So ever since then, I can't mess with it. I remember I broke my foot. I was in 12th grade, I broke my foot because they come back like every few years. The full batch didn't come out then, but they still came out. And I remember a joint was on my rear view mirror, and I seen it, and I hopped out my car while the car was in drive. I was like, yeah, with a broken foot. Like I was in the parking lot, but still, I seen that shit just chilling on my rear view mirror. I was like, no sir. I hopped out, and with my broken foot, green cast and everything, and I was like, yo, no. And I didn't get back in my car till that joint flew out of my car. Like I don't know. Have you ever had to deal with them joints?
No, I gotta Google that shit. I ain't never heard of them shits.
Oh,
yeah, I used to catch them joints when I was a kid, yo.
Yo, them joints is terrifying, B. They black and red. They're black and orange, and all they do, they come out the ground to mate and they die. That's all every 17 years. So
yeah, they leave like a little shell behind.
Yeah, they be flooded. See, they weren't in Richmond. They don't hit like New York and shit. They don't hit Richmond, but like VA, Northern Virginia, like Pennsylvania, like DC, like y'all gonna see in May, come June when you go outside. First of all, when they make this crazy noise, it sounds like a UFO. So soon as you open your door, you hear this crazy humming noise. And then everything you walk on is crunchy because they're all on the ground because they're all dying and they're blind. So they just be flying. They fly into everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only reason why I'm not looking forward to spring right now because I'm probably going to be back in the house. I'll be honest. I can't deal with them things. My bad. I couldn't hear y'all. My speaker went out. Please. What was y'all saying though? Well,
I thought a cicada flew in your ear, whatever them shits is. Nigga said them shits is in the crib right now. Look at it coming.
Like, sir. What do y'all think about the stuff in the news about what happened in Atlanta with that massage parlor getting shot up? Like, what are y'all thoughts and feelings about that? You think you think
I
it's
would say
something?
they downplaying it. They're not really talking about it right now.
But do you think it is part of a bigger systemic issue about like hate against Asian Americans, or do you think it was just like a dude was pissed off at his little happy ending spot and he's kind of, he let it rain?
I mean, I think it just all goes back to us being locked down for so long. Like a lot of people don't know what to do with their thoughts. So a lot of times, just people sitting at home just festering stuff, and then they actually gonna go out and do it right now because they feel like life is kind of like how you said, like you get kind of sad thinking about things that once were and not knowing when it's gonna be, back to normal living circumstances. Like some people can't control the fact that life is changing and they taking things to the extreme, stuff that's going on in their head. I think he's a case of that. I don't think he's like set out to. Well, I don't know. I mean, he could.
All right, so before we even go to that, have they even I want to say released a background of this? Is there a motive, or is are we just making speculations at this point?
The initial motive is that. Oh wait, Bam! I got. He pulled out. Is that the 10 core? The 10-foil kufi? Wait, hold on.
It's the beginning of the construction.
Oh, he got the 10-foil kufi.
He got the half. He got half of the kufi made.
All right. So he said it's coming. But all right. So the initial motive so far is that he was sexually frustrated. Like he was actually sexually frustrated, and he had
sexually frustrated. Mean he couldn't get no ass.
I guess.
From it? Oh, okay. So supposedly. He was trying to get his.
All right. So what I'm. All right. So he visited that parlor.
Yeah, he had previously been to that parlor. So before, and I'm not saying it was a happy ending bar. I'm not trying to speculate. I mean, they were open 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why a massage parlor needs to be open 24 hours a day. But I mean,
well, millionaires don't sleep, according to them. So therefore, there needs to be a release at any point of the day.
But what type of release?
In the form of a massage.
What type of release?
I don't know what people do, but
they put out a statement saying that millionaires don't sleep, according to them.
According to millionaires, they don't sleep, so it's got to be some form of release at some periodic times of the day.
Yeah, all I know, like I said, they said that he was sexually frustrated and that he had previously been a patron of the establishment, and so he went in there and he got in an argument and he shot all of them up. So,
I mean, well, I ain't know that part of the story. So yeah, he was just wilding. He couldn't get his rocks off. Somebody told that man no.
But so since we know the kind of the background on why it happened, this narrative has been created that it's Asian. There's this Asian hate, and then we talked about this briefly a couple podcasts ago, because especially in the West Coast, in the hood, there's been a couple of people, Asian Americans, that were murdered, and so now they're just trying to say that there's some type of aggression towards Asian Americans based on the fact that people are blaming them for the pandemic, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. I really don't buy that. You know what I'm saying? I do feel that the former...
You can't blame Asian Americans for the pandemic.
I mean, but Trump did. He tried to say the Asian flu or Chinese flu, and so...
Well, he said China. He didn't say Asian. But, he didn't say Asian American.
But people are stupid, right? So, like, his base, some of them probably are like, oh, yeah, everyone's Chinese, even though, as we know, because we're educated men of color, that there's more than just Chinese people when you looking at the Pacific. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more people than just Chinese people. However, they're trying to say that specifically black people are carrying out hate against Asian Americans. Now, keep in mind, this dude was shot up that joint was white.
Who said that?
The news, like
What news?
ABC
What
on
news
ABC.
outlet said that?
This was ABC. I want to say it was a 2020 or one of the whatever news shows that come on. Like it was just they pointed out this specific situation where this old Asian guy was like taking his trash out or something. He was like in his driveway, and like some black kids ran up on him, and they beat him up. But they beat him up, and he hit his head on the pavement, and he died because of it. So because of that, then they dug a little bit deeper, and they said like a bunch of like convenience store robberies have taken place, and people have been killed and stuff like that.
Chinese people have been getting robbed by black people for years and years and years because
what area was that at?
They dominate urban areas.
Exactly.
So if you dominate urban areas with your establishments in their low income areas, you're gonna get robbed. So that's not a hate crime. That's I'm hungry. You're in my neighborhood. You don't look like me. Give me your shit.
And that's how I feel. I feel, and again, like I said, like I don't condone violence against anybody. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't feel that it's right to be like, okay, well, like African Americans have this aggression towards you. You know what I'm saying? Just because again, you are getting killed, but again, it's based on proximity and your geographical proximity to us. You know what I'm saying? If you're building liquor stores, carryouts, beauty supply stores, all types of stuff in our neighborhoods, guess what? You know what I'm saying? We are in a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't have jobs, all types of stuff. You're going to see these types of behaviors. But again, it's not just happening to them. I guarantee you if there's convenience stores which are owned by white people, they probably get robbed too. You know what I'm saying? If it's Indian people, they probably get robbed too. But again, they want to create this narrative that, specifically it's Asians. And again, they're tying it, they're saying that our community is fueling it versus like being, okay, well, and to me, that's kind of weird because again, we've always talked about how inclusive we are. Like we're the community that we invite everyone into the situation versus try to separate. We separate amongst ourselves versus separating against like a whole nother race or situation. So I just thought it was kind of ironic. Like once that killing happened, like they talked about like the government talked about passing legislation against like Asian violence, and I'm like, yo, when have they did like how many black people have died from police brutality, all types of stuff like that. Same things, like people get shot up in the communities, and I've never once them say that we're going to create legislation specifically geared around that. You know what I'm saying? Like people have their flags that half mast and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I just felt like it's kind of funny that do they really keep that same energy when it comes to other people? Like, or is it because
this topic can get very lengthy.
It can get very lengthy, and I don't want it to be super lengthy because, like I said, I just thought it was kind of ironic. But now, like on Instagram, I've seen like dozens and dozens and dozens of people like were against Asian hate, and then somebody that we know, they posted their own post. They crossed out the word Asian, and they said, "Yo, I'm against hate." Period. Like, why are we trying to say it's just Asian hate? And this stuff has happened. This stuff has been happening to us for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to stop doing that. So not so much like a all lives matter, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
my point like with supporting that is that at the end of the day, we all have the same agenda. Like we against the fuck shit, we against racism, period. You know what I'm saying? And like I feel like anybody that deals with that shit, whether it's anybody that had to like that's like saying, oh well, I got shot more times than you, so my situation is worse than you. Like, nigga, I got shot too, nigga. Like, that's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if we all get on the same page Like, it's kind of like the same thing when you. I don't know if y'all watched the Judas movie, Messiah, the Judas Messiah, but that was kind of what he was. That was kind of what Fred was trying to do. He was trying to unite, even though they had different views on shit. It was against the system. You know what I'm saying? It was against the fucking main head of the bullshit. So it's like people with this whole separate. Well, we gonna fight our battle by ourselves over here, and y'all all got the same enemy. It'll be more numbers and power, more power and numbers. Like if you all focus on the fucking main subject, like the main matter. You know what I'm saying? And like, but you got people like I posted that shit to support that shit, and somebody jumped in my DMs like with a straight face, like really, nigga. Like I'm like, damn, like I'm just supporting. I'm supporting people that I know. I personally know Asian people or people that from that. You know what I mean? From that type of.
Was it a black person that
of course, yeah, it was a black person. Yeah.
Well, what type of black person?
What you mean? What type of black person?
What gender black person?
Oh my god!
Was they bleeding black or was they half black?
Let's just say they don't like. Let's just say they don't like Samuels, Mr. Samuels. let's just say they don't like Mr. Samuels.
Wow.
But you know what I'm saying? It was just crazy. It's like, bro, like, why is it an issue that I'm supporting that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like. I know people personally from that dialect, from that type of, you know what I'm saying, that type of culture. I'm supporting because I know they'd be supporting me if it was some shit that I was dealing with, like firsthand. So
this conversation can get very lengthy.
My thing is, nigga, everybody's a human. Should no human get murdered for no fucking reason over no hate and no racism?
But why is there a problem that I'm supporting?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like
people that are still that small minded to where that shit has to. You have to really get upset that somebody's supporting something.
And the shit that hurt me too is that person is from. I'm from New York. We from New York City. That person's from New York City. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like you've been around different walks of life, so you know that shit don't really mean nothing if you came from the same environment. That like somebody might not necessarily be black, but they might be from our hood. And they deal with the same shit that we deal with as not being a white person, period. So it's like, how dare you like question my support about that shit? Like I can understand you from fucking Idaho where everybody looks just like you and you never see nobody outside of your race, period. And you don't understand that shit. So you like that's a different story. You know what I'm saying?
Still, it's a human being.
That shit's crazy.
That's what it is at the end of the day. It's a human being. I don't give a fuck what you look like. It's a human being. Like, how is it that is this 2021 and niggas still can't understand that it is people, a human. It's a human being. Like, niggas, like, really?
And I think that's what I'm trying to say.
I can't fucking like continue to like maneuver through life and even entertain anybody with that mindset. Like the moment that you tell me, or the moment that you give me any inclination that you think like that, you're dead. You're dead for my life. Like,
but the craziest thing is they trying to create propaganda to say is black people having an issue with Asians, but when you look at it, it seems like it's been more black people sticking their neck out saying support Asians and stop Asian hate.
Exactly.
Versus any other races of people. So it's
how
are we gonna be the antagonizers and also be the ones that's standing up for the people? Like it don't make sense. That's how you know it's some kind of propaganda, because just like always, whenever there's an issue with any other race, who's the people that be sticking their neck out for those people?
Yeah, it's definitely black people.
It be black people. And we doing it now, so how are we the same ones that antagonize it too? Like it just doesn't make sense. And people
the crazy thing is that other black people are the people that's probably in DMs like, why are you supporting this? Like,
well, I mean,
it's black like people us out of all people should know. We should know. We should be able to understand. And I don't understand why people. I just don't know, man. I just don't have.
So you saying, all right? So pretty much you're saying that black people are like America to the whole world. Like we stick, like just how United States sticks their necks in all other people's business.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We do the same shit.
That's a fact. Every time we the first niggas be like, oh, what happened? What? That's wrong. But it be our own people that still be firing at us too. So we say that niggas is wrong, but then we still get fired at by our own people. So it ain't gonna never stop. And like I just don't even entertain that shit no more.
But see, that's what I was trying to say because I feel like I agree. Like I feel like we're at this point that there shouldn't be no segregation of like Asian hate, black hate. Like again, we're all one people. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we all bleed the same blood. We all
It should be no people hate. Why do we keep categorizing it to like Asian, black, Spanish, minority? No, anybody. Period.
Yeah.
A person that's walking this fucking earth with 2 feet, nigga, you shouldn't have any hate in your blood because another person that you're looking at just because they look different than you. That shit is fucking doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Exactly. And that's why I feel some kind of way about even what Marv said. Like, that's another issue. Like, my thing is, like, yo, if you don't believe in what I believe, especially when I post whatever I post on social media, I didn't post it on social media for you to respond. You can agree to disagree and keep it moving. But for you to slide in my DMs and express your displeasure in something that I believe in, it's like, oh, fuck yourself. Excuse my language, guys. I know I'm not supposed to curse. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but the whole thing is like, who is that person to slide in Marv's DMs because he believes in posting whatever, and then they'll give them the straight face? I will give them a straight face right back. Like, are you dumb? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Green from ECAA 252C9 E79.
Alexa listening to you, nigga. You better watch what you say, brother. You better watch
this nigga Keith had the Pornhub page up. He ain't even know it. That shit. He still had the web browser. Nigga had the web browser on sloppy toppy.
Welcome back, Marquise.
The 2004 59.
Would you like to resume where you were left off?
Yeah, that was funny, yo. Nigga just opened his laptop and had the Pornhub playing and shit.
How do people want a unified nation, but then talk shit when you try to do shit to unify the nation? Like, it doesn't. I don't understand it. Like, niggas want everything to be equality, everything to be perfect, everything to be
because Keith, you know why? Because they want things to be in their favor. It's just that simple. Like, so, and I'm not gonna go into this long, deep-winded shit. But bottom line is, when shit don't happen for people, and we talking about different groups, and not just one specific, but certain people they look at other people like, well, why he got more chicken on his plate than me? You know what I'm saying? Or it's just people paying attention to other people versus pay attention to yourself and what the fuck you gotta do, bro. Like, stop looking at everybody else figuring out what they got and what they, you know what I'm saying, and this and that. Like, figure out what you're gonna do for yourself to get more fucking chicken on your plate. And that's the problem. Everybody worry about everybody else but them damn selves. Like, you know what I mean? When in any walk of life, you can go to work. Somebody be like, well, I had this amount of work and he had this amount of work. Bitch, I just had a good day. We all not gonna have a good day. Some days you're gonna have to do more work than somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, at the end of the day, stop worrying about everybody else. Stop it. Like, just worry about yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you don't fuck with someone, that's what it is.
I was gonna say, did she just leave emoji face, or did she follow it up with a comment?
Nah, she was the only person that did it because me and her had that type of relationship. That's why I was joking about bringing her on the podcast or whatever, like early in the week. But me and her like to conversate on certain things, and she just one of the homies. You know what I'm saying?
People do it all the time.
Yo, I think we need to bring a racist on the. I think we need to bring a racist on the show. Yo.
I think. Period. All right. This one thing about
like a true racist.
About what we doing. All right,
true racist.
What we doing is
white person or any race.
So when it comes to
both,
when it comes to what we're doing right now, we're dealing with conversation. So any show that you watch, you want to see both sides of the discussion. You don't want everybody on here being the same person that's agreeing with everything.
Right.
And you want to also, it has to be something that makes sense. It's not going to be just because you don't like it, that's it. You got to bring facts. You got to bring fucking discussion. You got to bring something to talk about. So it's always good to have somebody that, could challenge the other side of the coin. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not how everybody sees it or perceives it. And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? It's about the
We actually get
discussion.
one on?
No,
I
we
think
need to
we
get
could.
a.
I mean, you
We
could
need to
vet.
get
We
a.
could vet.
We need to get a true. Yeah, we need to get a true racist person.
But that comes with like
on.
you gotta really kind of be. You gotta be. I would say.
Somebody got to be a strong mediator.
Not me.
Not even that. Not even necessarily.
We would have to get a
where the racist reside. Where the racist
But
reside.
everybody we know, it's just about knowing what we're going to talk about, and people. I mean, when we talk about stuff, most of the time it's something that just happened or recently happened, so everybody knows what's going on. But it's just finding those people that you have discussions with on a personal level to say, all right, you know what I mean, they could give you the opposite side of the discussion, and they're respectful at the same time to make it a good discussion on the platform like
what about what about if an actual Asian person, what they're feeling like with this subject? I mean, I don't know, because I don't want this, because this topic can go on forever and ever. Like,
I got a question. Do y'all think black people can be racist?
Hell yeah.
I think
not racist. We could be prejudiced. We can't be racist.
I think everyone is racist and prejudiced.
Racist.
I think we can be both.
Racism, to me, racism is ignorance to me, personally. That's my personal view of racism is something that you don't know about, so you automatically negate it. You automatically say, fuck is that? I don't know about that shit. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I look at our ignorance and you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is. Like, you see something you don't understand and you automatically oust it because it's not something that you ever came across. So that's why I said.
Do y'all feel like it's warranted because of what?
Nothing. No, it's not warranted. No, it's not warranted. No, period. It's not. Because at the end of the day, if you never if I've had the luxury of living a lifestyle from a young age where I was from my family wasn't raised and born in the United States of America. So I started off life understanding different shit, period. Like, where I met people that never left their fucking crib, never left their block, never left their stoop. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I learned that shit early on. Some people are fucking my age and never left their hood, or never left their fucking suburbs, or never left their backyard, or whatever you want to call it. So that's the disconnection. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm an advocate of fucking traveling and seeing different shit, because people get caught in this mindset of whatever they know, that's all they know, and fuck everything else. Nah, it's fuck you if you never seen shit. Because when you get out of this shit, when something happens where you gotta leave this motherfucker or go somewhere else, you're gonna be looking stupid as fuck. Like, you go to somewhere to vacation at, you know what I'm saying, and you can't, this food is nasty because you used to McDonald's and you not used to a fucking real chicken or a real burger that's from fucking somewhere that's, you know what I mean, from the earth. Like,
Fresh Oral Health. We have all organic products.
Yeah, shout out to
vegan,
the Aura.
Vegan vegetarian.
Shout out to the Aura.
Thank you.
Jerk turkey burgers on deck. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, Nick.
No, I think you're right. I think racist. So I think there is a difference between being racist and prejudiced. I think that racist is that you really is ignorance, like you said. It's definitely an extreme instance of ignorance. I also think that it's just you feel that your particular race is you have a superiority complex versus looking at all races as equal. You feel that whiteness is the superior, or Asian is just like whatever.
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry to cut you off, but I forgot the key point. Racism is taught.
Exactly. It's
bottom line.
It's taught, and that's the thing. Like, so it's ignorance. It's ignorance, and it's taught by people that have embraced the ignorance, and that they feel they do have this crazy thought process that one race is superior than the other. But I do feel like everybody is prejudiced to a certain extent, but I think it comes from just, again, we are taught to embrace stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? Like, even at a very young age, like, you look at different media, you look at different things. Like, if you could, like, for example, we make jokes that, like, some people may be like, oh, well, that's crossing the line or whatever, but it's not. And we don't, and I know none of us are racist. I know that. Like, I'll stand on a dozen Bibles and say that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's all about tolerance. It's all about stereotypes. and it's all about perception. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that once we eliminate the different stereotypes, like for example, I had a conversation. I was playing PlayStation with me and my boy, and we playing with someone, and the dude was like, "Yo," he was like, "Yo, what part of DC are y'all from? Because y'all don't talk like y'all from DC. Y'all talk very proper, right?" And so the person that said it happened to be white, right? You know what I'm saying? And so I took that and I told him, I'm like, well, I mean, I'm all day DC, but I've worked in corporate America for now over 20 plus years. So again, the way I talk is not like, first of all, the way you talk shouldn't be, your race isn't contingent on how you talk. You know what I'm saying? Or where you're from, where you talk. Like people have accents and all that stuff like that. I feel you on that. But again, what he was really trying to say, that y'all don't sound black. You know what I mean? And my whole thing is like, yo, what does sounding black really mean? What does sounding white really mean? What does sounding so, because I speak proper and I speak in complete sentences, that means that I talk white?
Well, to be honest with you, black people have a huge hand in that stereotype.
And that's crazy to me. That's crazy. That's
huge hand in that stereotype.
You know what I'm saying? Like for me, speaking for myself, my mother put a book in the crib when I was very young. Like when I was in 6th grade, I had the reading comprehension of someone that was a third year in college, right? So that has nothing to do with me being white, because I lived in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I did hood shit, all that type of stuff. That didn't have anything to do with it, but I learned that reading was fundamental very early. My mother used to always write as well, so I picked up the habit too. So I just learned how to write and then use words, and I have an understanding of vocabulary. But that doesn't mean that I'm talking white. You know what I'm saying? The same thing is, people be like, oh, Indian people, you know, saying their house smells like curry. And again, I'm not saying that, but that's a dumb stereotypes that people have. People like, oh,
well, that's not a stereotype. That's actual fact.
But not all Indian people's houses smell like curry, because some Indian people don't even use curry, because some Indian people are modern, they're Americanized. They don't even subscribe to.
Well, that's different. That would be a different.
And to cut back on what you said as far as the way you talk. The way you talk as a black people, slang was the way that they communicated when they were in the slavery days. So that's where a lot of that shit stems from. You know what I'm saying? Like the way they could communicate without having to massa, quote unquote, know what the fuck they saying. You know what I'm saying? And certain slangs and all that stuff happen from that. Even when you go to slavery days from Jamaica, all that stuff, and they were owned by the British. So patois, stuff like that. That was all created. Like even to us, like you might some people will tell me, "Oh, he African, but the nigga Jamaican." I'm like, bro, like you just all off. Like
right.
niggas will hear somebody talking patois and be like, "Oh, he's African." I'm like, what? Like, but that's just how, you know what I'm saying? That's just how people communicated from back then. So a lot of that shit transcended into the current day. And we still do it to this day. You got certain places where you from. We use slang differently from DC, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Even when I just was in New Orleans, they say baby and huh after every sentence.
Right.
So it's just a different way of how people communicate with slang, to like not everybody knows what they're saying. It's kind of like a encoded way to communicate, to keep people outside of the community in the dark, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So
good points. Keith, what were you about to say?
I don't remember.
He was typing, like he was searching his next Pornhub joint. You see, he's like, big booty midgets.
Bookmark.
Big booty midgets. Jesus Christ.
He said, "Jesus,
sir, bring me that taller
woman." But yeah, man, like that's like the the moral of this story is, yo, we all one people, man. Like, yo, let's just spread love, not war. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this shit going on, like rest in peace to all those people that got killed in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a horrific way to die. People, but I'm saying, like, people die every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like we just gotta do better, and we gotta have more conversations like this. Like these are the conversations we need to be had, because again, there's people in Idaho, Iowa that don't believe that people that look like us have these types of conversations. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I know how y'all gonna answer this, but so let's just say there's a racist family, Midwest United States. We already know that how they're gonna raise their children. They're gonna raise their children to hate other races. So all of y'all in the future will have children. What is your obligation for your child, knowing that there's plenty of people across America that's not going to change their views when it comes to racism? So how do y'all expect, or how do you think that you're going to pose those issues on your child? Because I know, I don't know if I can't say 100%, but I know a lot of people are going to tell their children to not trust certain races of people, which is basically another cycle of what we're already going through. So what do you guys think should be the solution, or what is your obligation to your child going
All right, well,
forward?
my obligation, if I have a child, my obligation is to teach my child common sense is number one on my list. Common fucking sense. Like, fuck race.
Is
I'm gonna
common
teach them
sense
about,
teachable though?
yeah, definitely is. And I'm gonna teach them about not just common sense. I'm gonna teach them about actions, because race don't matter when it comes to how you act. Actions, like when you see how somebody moves. If I see somebody constantly fucking running around robbing shit, or constantly running around talking about somebody else to me or to everybody else, those type of actions is the type of shit that I'm gonna show my child to read. It's not gonna be color. That has nothing to do with color. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
all these attributes that I'm teaching them is dealing with the way that he moves, the way that she moves, the way that the person moves, and that's what's gonna tell you everything you need to know about them.
I think for me, it's all about, again, it's character. It's all about character, and it's all about energy, and it's all about just, again, like, being very transparent with my kids. Again, you have to, being who we are, we had to have that like the race conversation you had to have. But again, would I ever say you can't trust this type of person? No, I would never say that, because again, like me and John had this conversation earlier in my office. Literally, people like always like sometimes our own people be like, yo, I only, like, if I need like a doctor, I want a black doctor, or I want a black lawyer, I want this. Just because you black don't mean that they're not going to be out to get you too. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's about their character and what they believe in and what they stand for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could, just because you black, just because we share the same skin color, does not mean that we share the same values and that we have each other's best interest at heart.
Exactly.
So teaching my kids, be like, yo, it's all about energy. It's all about character. There are going to be people that hate you for what you look like, and hate you just because of who you are. But those are the people, you will know their energy. But you're not to. I'm not going to teach hate. Like, I'm gonna let because again, like, I grew up in an environment where it was diverse. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know one of my best friends. I know him since I was 4. He's Puerto Rican. He looks white. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've been around that. I've had white friends, but I've had all plethora of friends. You know what I'm saying? So I know that my kids, it's not about race, and I'm not gonna say that whole. I hate when people say I don't see color, because that's bullshit. Everyone sees color. It's all about just, again, character, energy, and being self-aware of your environment. And you know, if someone doesn't fuck with you because of what you look like, they're gonna make it very apparent, but they don't fuck with you for what you look like. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, and they're gonna have that energy. But my kid is not gonna. I would never tell my kid, "Oh, you can't trust these white people, or you can't trust these Spanish. You can't." I would never even have that kind of conversation in my household because I don't believe in it. And anyone that I don't fuck with, I hope they don't subscribe to that because I couldn't. I don't. It's stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's actually stupid to really just be like, I don't trust somebody just based off their skin color. You know what I mean? Like that's racist or that's prejudice. You know what I mean? So, I mean, my kids will know it's all about character and it's all about energy and it's all about.
And that's the thing. It's like you can't say that because at the end of the day, skin color is blending like a motherfucker. So how the hell are you gonna do that? Like that shit.
Exactly.
Like you don't know who's who. So you got to go off of actions. Like actions speak louder than words. So it's like that's what you teach your child. That's what you teach anybody that so that you got love for. That's a young person. Period. If you don't have a child, if you a big homie to somebody or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what you teach them.
It's about being human beings. Like one human being struggle shouldn't be discounted because of the other person's struggle, and we shouldn't be fooled by propaganda techniques to try to make it seem like we are against each other when we're not actually. Just so other people can get their agendas put out here on the forefront because it's not accurate. So this whole Asian hate thing and black people against Asians, it's not a thing. It's propaganda, and the more people like even putting out the little signs and the stickers on social media for people to post up saying stop Asian hate. That's causing the issue. You know what I'm saying? It has some people saying, well, our fight hasn't even been solved. So why are you trying to save them? But it's like we can't even be human beings at this point. There's certain things being put out there to pit us against each other. So why even get in the middle of any of it? Like, know who your people are, take care of them, make sure that they're safe, and you got to do that for all human beings. You can't just pick and choose which race. Oh, it's not now. It's their turn. That they got to speak up and say that they've been suffering more than these people. Like all that does is just separate us more. And that's why in the beginning I said this conversation could just go on and on and on. Like imagine if we had an actual Asian person on here, and then we had a white racist person on here, and then a black racist person, and we was all having like the conversation would last for days. Everybody would try to defend what their struggle is, versus being like, yo, none of us should be going through the struggle that we're going through if we was all looking out for each other. Versus being like, well, I can't look out for you because they didn't look out for us. Like, I don't know. It's never ending. Sips tea.
No, I feel you, but we're going to move on. I want to talk to my favorite topic. Well, not my favorite topic, but where the money reside. You know what I'm saying? This has been heavy on my mind. JV, because JV was at work today. We talked about it too. Like, we got to get to this money. You know what I'm saying? And as entrepreneurs, each of us are entrepreneurs in our own lane. Like, what do you think for someone who's listening to us, who's thinking about, taking that leap of faith, becoming an entrepreneur, starting their own business? What was it that clicked to you that made you be like, yo, I want to do this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Marv, when it came to you, like you're starting to like really, you want to get into that real estate. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could turn into something that can, that could be your thing, versus, you doing what you currently do. You can do real estate, you can do all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? JV, the intrepid genius. Keith, the health and wellness situation. Like, what made you say, like, what was the thing that made you say, like, yo, I want to do this? Because again, how I feel like being an entrepreneur, being a business person, like for real, it's not for the weak. You got to have a strong stomach. You want to take L's. There gonna be L's that you take, but the payoff, like, is the payoff just money for you, or is it actually making a difference or making an impact within your community or for whatever niche you're doing?
I'll say for me, I didn't choose health and wellness, it kind of chose me. So just my progression through life early on, um, going into college, I had a lot of interests, different interests, and at first, I mean, food. I've always been an athlete, so that's one thing. But food wasn't necessarily one of my top priorities until I turned like 19, and then I kind of made a change. So at that point, I was really focused on myself, and through that, that's how I kind of found maybe I would say my passion. Um, so that and so when I say it chose me, I never knew that this is what I wanted to do. It kind of just happened. But for anybody that's watching and understanding or wants to understand, my journey, I would say do your research, know what you're talking about, um, and don't change. If it is what it is, and that's what you're gonna be and what you're gonna stick to it, and just keep it pushing until you find, your happiness. I think I'm actually at a point where I'm happy. The money itself isn't what I'm really doing it for, but having the money too will be, a bonus. But that's not there yet.
JV, what about you?
Well, I mean, pretty much everything I do. I mean, I was born doing this stuff anyway, so I just found a way to monetize it, and as the journey goes on, I got to keep on researching ways so I can build systems and then take stuff to another level versus just making money hand to hand. I got to make it to where the money's working for itself. So I mean, it's kind of like Key said. Like I didn't just say, oh, I want to do this. I mean, it's always been something that was a part of my life, anyways, from the time I was able to pick up a crayon. So every year I was progressing in different things, and then eventually got to the point where, oh, you can make money off of this. You could own an LLC. This could be an actual business. So yeah, it was just progressive wise. I know nowadays a lot of people, they can get into multiple different lanes without actually having a knack for it or any kind of passion. They could just jump in and monetize it. I mean, so it's kind of different from like us. Like we kind of grew up doing things that we already was interested in, and then we was like, oh, there's a way to monetize it. Versus nowadays, people be like, well, I want to do the same thing you doing. Like, how do I do it? So they wanna just jump in the game, and because they know it's money in it. So if you was to ask one of them the question, it's automatically gonna be straight up like they want to do it for the money.
And then too, I would say work on your craft. I mean, because I haven't always been I've always known flavor profiles and shit like that, but I haven't always been the greatest chef or
Well,
greatest cook. But yeah, you gotta practice on your shit. I done burnt hella shit. I done burnt shit. I done made shit that didn't taste good. You gotta hone your skills.
I think I
It's
think
another
I think
thing.
our generation, we learn through like trial and error. The newer generation, they see something and they like, oh, that looks cool. I think I could do the same thing, and then they just jump in the game. And a
They
lot of
mimic.
people
This
successful.
generation. This generation mimics. They don't have any authenticity. They mimic everything that they see. That's why everything is a replay. Everything that you see on social media is a replay. Someone's did something once, and then millions of people do the same thing over again, and it's not authentic.
It's all about who does it better. Who
I mean, at this point, I don't even think it's about who does it better. I just think it's
Get the
who
most.
does it and who can get the most attention for how either crazy they look or how good they look or how bad they look. Either way it goes, it's about the attention than the actual skill.
Yeah,
Because
like
if it was
I was
about
telling you,
skill, it'll be a whole lot less people doing the same things. But it's not about skill anymore.
I remember Nick, you had sent me a video of this shorty that she makes like these videos about her Shopify store where she sells clothes, but
Right.
she doesn't make any of the clothes. She doesn't do anything except for go to a warehouse and just pick out the pieces that she wants. But she's very successful because she's a really good looking girl. She had a big following on social media. You sent me that video like a year and a half ago. And then somebody else sent it to me a year later. And I'm like, yo, I can't do what she does because I don't look as good as she does. She's winning because like I think she made like, do you know which video I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She made like such and such couple of $100,000 in like 6 months or something of having her clothing website. And now she just makes videos telling people how they can do what she does. And I'm like, yo, people sending me this video. I don't look like her, so I can't win off of looks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's only getting customers because girls are like, oh, she's so beautiful. I want to be like her. And dudes is buying stuff for their girls. Like, yo, she's winning just off of looks. I can't do the same thing.
So with me, when it comes to where the money resides for me, like I feel that my passion has always been create, but create in a different instance. Like I'm not artistic at all, but I'm good at concepts. I'm good at conceptualizing and then executing. And I feel that in everything that I've done, I do it anyway. So I think with me, it was just kind of, I think I was born to do what I'm doing. From the money, of course, money's always the motive, right? But I feel like, and I even said this, like I said this, I remember sometimes when I used to work in sales, I was making over $100,000 easy, you know what I'm saying, doing sales. And the person said, do you like the money or do you like you're helping people? And I told them I like helping people because I enjoyed building my team up to the same level that I was when it came to selling so that they could have the same success that I had. So watching someone, knowing that you have the talent and the ability to bestow your gifts and your talents upon other people, to me, that is more refreshing than just making six figures. Because again, you're like, yo, I can make anyone, if you want six figures, I can teach you how to make six figures. I can teach you how to make six figures. I can teach you, and them able to do it, that shows that you know what the fuck you're talking about, but you're the subject matter expert. And I think that's, even now that I'm out in sales, but I'm into this other stuff, it's the same thing. I love being able to consult with you guys and other people and watching the plan get done. Like that, like the plan, like if John, we talk about something, we do like some type of sales for Intrepid Genius, and that shit is executed flawlessly. It don't matter about how much bread that John brought in. It's about, yo, I told you, but if we do this, the money's gonna come, and it happens. Like that fuels me. If I be like, yo, Marquise, do this, and then you do it, and it works, I'm like, yo, I told you so. It's like for me, it's just like to me, it's like that. It's like an adrenaline rush of, yo, I can speak shit into existence almost. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, from an entrepreneur, like you have to have, what I would say is you have to have that confidence in yourself and believe in your product and believe in yourself, because to Marquise's point, everyone is mimicking each other. Everyone is doing the same thing. How do you stand out from the next person? Like why do I want Fresh Oral Health when I can go get Hello Fresh? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Like, Marquise is the difference. It's not because Marquise is my boy. It's because Marquise, when you want, like he said, yo, you eat this. This is what this is, and I'm telling you for a fact, it doesn't have any salt and pepper in it, right, or any type of harmful seasoning or whatever. And you can see it. You see it. It makes you believe. John Vaughn's clothes be like, yo, he's very meticulous and patches that he gets. Like it's all about that. It's all about that person. Like you to your point, John, when you're talking about people bought from that girl because she was beautiful, they weren't buying the clothes because the clothes, they were buying the clothes for the person, right? So that's the whole thing. Like it's all about, you have to believe in yourself
People
and
don't like me, so
believe in your craft and be like, yo, you want to buy from me, or you want to believe in what I want to believe in my movement, because
Playing from ECAA 252C9 E79.
he's like,
Yo, Alexa will not leave me alone, bro.
He's like, I'm looking for midgets to dress up in Halloween.
My Alexa died, Joe. My joint just died mysteriously. Like, how do I fix this, yo?
Yo,
you better send that shit back to Amazon.
You throw it away and you get an apple. you get
They'll
a
take
whole.
it back. They'll take it back.
Or you wanna know the Marv Gotham way? You ready, John? You ready?
Yes.
You ready? Go buy another one. Put that shit in the box and take it back.
Got him.
I got the first version that came out.
Yeah.
Bro, when you buy a new one,
bro, I got three of them joints in my
put
crib.
the broke shit in the box. Them niggas ain't gonna look at that bitch. They gonna be like, nigga, yeah, get this nigga the fuck out of here.
Yo, Marv, what about you, man? What makes you want to be like be the entrepreneur that you are? Like what fuels you?
Well, I got a lot of different perspectives. First of all, my main drive was music. It's gonna always be music. I love music to the death. You know what I'm saying? I love the part of creating and being around the energy of creating music, engineering, fucking with some dope ass talent. That fell short when I was in school. I did that shit. Fell short, had a little job, and I ended up having to learn a trade, which it kind of subliminally saved my life, so to speak. Like the trade that I learned, I realized that can't be taken from me. Like when you got a job and you go to work for somebody else, learning a trade, I was really becoming a boss, not realizing it until after I got fired from an hourly job doing the trade. And I learned a lot of that trade from doing that job over the years. So I said, you know what? Fuck them. I could do this shit on the side and do whatever I want to do. And that in turn gave me the information that I know now, that I'm able to maintain a property, get rental income from that shit. Then I started saying, being a light bulb went off, like, damn, I'm making money without even having to work for this shit. So now I started diving into shit to do stuff that makes money without me having to go to clock in for. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I fell in love with. Like the freedom, like, so to speak, like the financial freedom to do whatever. Now, cause music, I don't got to get paid $1 to do music now. You know what I'm saying? I can do this shit whenever I want to. Every year I've been making more money than I've made the year previous and previous before. So whatever I'm doing is telling me that I'm in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? And that continues to fuel the passion of like starting to learn different ways of doing stuff that I don't have to trade my time for money. You know what I'm saying? I just have to put something in place, let that shit blossom, maintain it, water it every now and then, and that shit does its own thing. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's what it boils down to. I think that it's not so much about the money, but it's being able to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, like people always be like, yo, you have the most fun when you're in your 20s and 30s. I feel like in your 40s and 50s, you know what I'm saying? Like that's when you should really live. You know what I'm saying? If you're blessed enough to travel when you're young and stuff like that, yeah, do it. But like you said, if you create these situations where you're making money without having to work, you're living a better quality life. You can become more well-rounded and you can enjoy the finer things. Don't get it twisted. Like to become a millionaire, there's a lot of hard work associated with it too. But the ones that get it create a solution that the money's always moving. Everything's transactional, regardless of whether their hands are in it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because they create these systems and these ecosystems where they're making bread. So I think that once you have an understanding of that, what can I do that can just be self-sufficient and make bread. You know what I'm saying? There's people like, again, the smallest people doing stuff like vending machines. But I know someone that invests in vending machines. So they bought a cheap vending machine off someone. They go to Costco, they fill up the vending machine every month, and they making bread. You know what I'm saying? They're making bread because they just spent $100 at Costco, but they probably getting $500, $600, $700, whatever amount of dollars they're getting from the vending machine, but they're not there. You know what I'm saying? All they got to do is go to the vending machine to collect the bread and restock it. So that's something that's a system, and they can still do other things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like not to cut you off. I've been fucking with it's a guy that he lives in. He's from New York, Dominican guy. Moved to DR. I've been paying attention with his page and shout out to Flip Flop, Mr. Flip Flop. If y'all, you know what I'm saying, he's on YouTube. He has a special where he's talking to one of his guys that he knew. You know, he has a nice little network of people that are expats. They live outside of the matrix. They call it shit the matrix. United States is the fucking matrix. He talked about owning ATMs. Mm-hmm. Like we go to ATMs thinking that like that should go to the bank. Nah, it goes to the person that owns the ATM. So when you can see the $2, $250, $3 up to $10, the strip club y'all went to, $10, fucking that goes to the person that owns that ATM. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just about residual income and shit that you like. You're not trading your time for your money. Like he could be in DR for 6 months. Like he went from three machines to 42 machines. Him and his partner. You know what I'm saying? So that type of shit is what we talking about. Like that's the type of mind frame I'm on right now. Like I'm not trying to be going to work, clocking in, doing 100 hours to get a decent check. I could be having the time of my life somewhere else and fucking be earning bread hand over fist. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as I maintain it, do the little tweaks, and make it pop. So
that money and not have to be present, yo.
Exactly.
So anyone who get a STEMI out there, take that STEMI and buy you a used vending machine or use ATM and thank us later. Trust me. Let's talk about real quick before we wrap up. Who caught the Verzuz this past weekend?
Me, I watched it. Caught like a good 40 minutes.
So who won? Because I missed out. Who won?
I mean, I'm not gonna give you the typical hip hop one. No, my nigga Ghost fucking Face is a monster, son. Like, yo, Ghost. I like coming up. Raekwon was always he was my favorite nigga. You know what I'm saying? But what I saw last night, bro, and I can't really say that off of what I saw because them niggas got plethora of shit that they didn't even get to get into. You know what I'm saying? But like the camaraderie, like for them niggas to have that, that energy where they was building off of each other, talking shit to each other, and just showing niggas real drip and originality. That's the shit that we miss right now in today's fucking hip hop. Like these niggas is one of one. They one of fucking one. You never gonna see none before them niggas and none that came after them. Like them niggas is one of fucking one, and they showcase that shit to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish the same energy that niggas wanted to see with Gucci and fucking Jeezy was the same. Where niggas want to see niggas beefing on fucking camera and somebody fuck around and get clapped. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish that same energy was given to some shit like that. But I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed watching like just greatness, you know what I mean? And shout out to fucking Ghostface, like, and shout out to Raekwon, but Ghost, like, he wasn't my number one like pick out of the litter, but that nigga is special, boy. That nigga is special.
Yeah, I think Ghostface was always my favorite out the woo. Like I was Supreme Clientele was always my my joint, and the joint I know it was like you'll say his main, not you, but people be like, oh, the joint he did with Mary J. Blige. Like I used to listen to that song so much because like I was living some of that same shit in that song. And I think that's the thing with like Wu-Tang, like shit like that. That music you feel because it takes you to specific points in time of your life. You know what I'm saying? But you've gone through stuff like that or similar emotions, and like you said, it's one-on-one. Like it's certain artists that cannot be duplicated, regardless of how much you try, like how many, like we always joke about Ghostface, like we talk about Action Bronson sounding like Ghostface. You know what I'm saying? You sound like what's the Griselda kid that sound like Ghostface? You know what I'm saying? But you gotta say that, yo, they sound like Ghostface. They don't. You can't be like, yo, Ghostface sound like Action Bronson. No, Action Bronson sounds like Ghostface. Like you're trying. I'm not saying that he's trying to bite off his style, but you know what I'm saying. Ghostface is the originator. You know what I'm saying? And again, he's the undisputed champion. So I'm mad I missed it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I would have been into it, but like I just had other stuff going on.
They posted it. You can still watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch it. I'll probably catch it tomorrow. I know JV, you said that shit was classic to you as well. Like I mean, like I don't know. You thought Face did that thing too?
I mean, my whole thing about Ghost and Ray, it's like they the number one tag team. Like one ain't winning without the other. So it's like as much music as they got together, like it's hard to put them up against each other. It was just good to hear them classics and see the way that because they would say stuff like, "Oh,
John, we gonna do it for the culture, man. Niggas want to know who you was fucking vibing with more. We know they cool. We know they brothers.
You mean how they was?
We always got a debate. Like we know, like the locks, nigga. Niggas always talking about who's the hardest nigga in the locks. We always talk about fucking Griselda with Conway and fucking what you call it. We want that answer, bro. We don't want the politically correct shit. We want to know who you felt last night. That's not saying that they're nice.
We want to know.
I can't really say who won because I didn't even watch it for competition. I watched it as like I was getting just the same way they was losing. Like they was losing like track of how many songs actually got played. And I was doing the same thing. Like, hold on, how many songs did get played? Who up more than the other? Because to me it's like, yo, that's a Ghost song, but Ray and that
count the songs. I just went by the vibes.
They might have cut it off before Raekwon verse came on. They might have cut off another song before Ghostface verse came on. It was like, yo.
I feel like John is going to be that person, like in 20 years. John is going to have a religion. Not a religion, but he's going to have like the whole Zen Daddy philosophy you have. Like you can't make a choice between two things. I was like, yo, everyone wants tinfoil Kufism. That's what he's like. He's gonna have a philosophy literally like built on his thought process of not being able to pick between two opposing situations. You know what I'm saying? Like I dig it, yo.
Cause I used to in my younger years, I used to be opinionated and I used to see things my way, and it's like, nah, I could be 100% wrong. I'm not going to defend myself when I'm 100% wrong. Like I got to see the other side and I got to practice that. So, you know what I'm saying? As this tinfoil kufi is being built, I'm practicing what I'm preaching.
Tinfoil Kufism, yo. We heard, yo, the 20 years, yo, it's going to be a whole philosophy built on the premise of the tinfoil kufi, yo. I feel it.
And I wouldn't mind starting my own little cult.
Brother Rock.
Like, sir.
We'll be the sirs.
The sirs. Yeah.
Everybody get a pair of glasses when they join the cult.
Look, I got my shits already, nigga. Sir.
So, last but not least, so we gonna wrap up. What the hell was Cassidy doing, and what happened? What caused that whole situation for y'all? Like,
Cassidy is Cassidy, man. That man is the culture. That man is a GOAT when it comes to battle rap.
What this nigga done did now?
He didn't do nothing. I mean, him and he has a battle coming up for Rare Breed Entertainment, and the person he's battling is the dude Hitman Holla. You know him from probably because y'all don't really watch battle rap like that, but y'all probably know him from Wild 'N Out. And
Okay, yeah, I remember Hitman Holla. Yeah, I know what you're
yeah, so they had
I
a
think
face
Hitman
off.
gonna take that nigga though.
They had a face off this past weekend, and it got ugly. Basically, Hitman Holla was trying to say was saying, well, Cassidy was talking shit like Cassidy does. Hitman Holla was angry and emotional, and he told Cassidy he'll air this bitch out. Basically, saying he'll shoot the shit up.
What?
Yeah, and it just got out of hand. So I don't know how much of it was 100% true and all, and or if it
First
was
of all,
like,
he not airing nothing now because he
oh,
the biggest fucking
right, you the biggest, one of
name
the
in
top
the
stars
shit.
on, yeah, one of the top stars on Wild 'N Out. So you're not airing shit out, and you got Nick
That's the
Cannon's
stuff that niggas
name.
be like.
You on the Nick Cannon's brand, so
Right.
his brand ain't having none of that. So, but yeah. So long story short, Cassidy agitated this man and got him out of his character.
So I don't give a fuck. I will hurt you, I don't give a fuck if it's the littlest nigga. I will hurt you. The biggest nigga. I will really hurt you.
And he said that dumb shit, and it was caught on camera, obviously, and here we are. But they have a battle, so I mean, it's all. I think it's all in fun of battle rap.
When is it supposed to be? It's in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's in Atlanta, April 3rd. That's the John I was just talking. That's what John was talking about.
Yeah. All right.
Yo, y'all go. You know what I'm gonna say? Get vaxxed.
I ain't getting vaccinated.
Go ahead. No, I'm gonna be like, go ahead, go ahead, swallow, bitch. Let me see that neck. Let me see that neck.
The blood of God is bestowed upon me.
Let me see that neck, man. Go ahead. I got a baby. You want some? Drink that shit real quick. Let me see what you know.
He said, "Oh, this is good. It's good. Good, nigga."
Hey, you gonna be like, yo, red stripe or margarita? What you want?
I think the HIV canceled the vid out in Atlanta, yo. That's why.
Nah, hell no. They got double. They got a double entendre out there, nigga.
It's canceling out, yo. But yeah, I just seen the clip. I just seen Cassidy spazzing out on this bama. Like the joke was funny. Like
Nah. I mean, my honest opinion, it wasn't Cassidy's fault. It was somebody that came into a face off that wasn't prepared to keep their emotions under control, and he lost his cool. But
I think it's all promotion.
Yeah, I mean, Cassidy's A1 with a promotion. He does it every time he has a battle, so that's what he's supposed to do. It's the people that he's facing that don't, for some reason, they haven't caught on. That's what he do.
Okay.
But yeah, it definitely got my attention still though. So
man, April 3rd.
I'll be tuned in, or I'll be there. One of the two.
I just think of like I'm a hustler when I think of Cassidy. I'm old school, yo. Like,
You think about that over Hotel with R. Kelly? Hotel was his biggest hit.
But
but that wasn't the shit we was riding to though. We was riding to I'm a Hustler.
Yeah, I'm a hustler.
We was riding to it, but
I hope this nigga don't come with this fucking 1999 bars.
He not gonna change it. The nigga think he's the greatest in the world. He's not gonna change it.
Well, he's gonna lose again.
Yeah, he is.
99 bars.
The problem is he gonna lose again, and then he gonna do the same thing the next battle. The nigga is not gonna change his flow. Nigga still, he think he not.
You know what's so funny about Cassidy? It's weird. I don't know what was going on, but it was a certain period of time this nigga was like watching my page. I don't know why.
For real?
Yeah, like this nigga was like, you could see people that look at your stories and shit.
Yeah.
It was like a good, I want to say, month.
You know him?
Nah, I never met the nigga. Met the nigga.
He might be from the block, the south side, the back blocks.
No.
That nigga from Philly, man.
Nah, he's not from. Yeah, he's not from Queens. But I'm just Philly. Like, that shit was mad weird. I'm like, why is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? I hit the nigga in the DMs like, nigga, I do hooks, nigga. What's up, nigga? I see you watching, motherfucker.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Got him hooks.
Some of the greatest in the world. That nigga Cassidy is hilarious.
Man. The weirdest celebrity interaction I had on social media was the dude from Entourage, Vinny Chase. Me and John, we put on this campaign saying for something to fall, right? So I just was sending that joint to everybody, and he messaged me. He was like, "Great campaign. I love what you're doing." And I was like,
That's
"Yo,"
dope.
I said, "What's up? Can I send you a shirt?" And he was like, "No."
At least he said no. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
I was like, "Yo, then what the fuck did you even write that?" I was like, and the whole thing
That's
was, I didn't
funny.
tell me. I didn't say you had to buy a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have sent that to. I didn't need your address. I could have sent that joint to your agent's mama. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they be usually having PO boxes anyway. They don't
Yeah,
need
you know what I'm saying? But for him to be like the comment on the dopeness of what we be doing, to be like, no.
That's crazy.
I was like,
He
wow.
said,
But shout out
I
to
respectfully decline.
shout out to Vinny Chase, Entourage. Like Entourage, there's two shows that really kind of help form like my thought process. Entourage was one because Ari was a fucking genius. I love
that shit was a legendary show.
Ari
Man.
Gold. Like I always say, I'm Vinny Chase mixed with a little bit of Ari Gold when my thought process and How to Make It in America. Both those shows. If you ain't see How to Make It in America on HBO, it's still on HBO. Check it out. Best 2 seasons of TV. I don't know why it didn't come back. Crisp. I feel like John made the Trevor Jeans based off crisp jeans, yo. And I know you didn't, but still, the story is the same, yo. We
I was popping before that show came out.
We gotta make jeans. That's the next step. The Trevor jeans. We joggers, jeans, jean jackets. 2024.
Nah, joggers don't do no fucking jeans.
We got a whole story about joggers. But
he want the joggers with the rip crotch, nigga. He want that shit to be like easy. just how the shorties got the poom. They got the pooms. Look, they got the button up pooms.
What
he want
the
rip
fuck?
crotch. So Joe be like, you know what I mean? Make it sexy for the ladies, baby. You know they say we're sexy now. And shout out, speaking of show, shout out to Snowfall. I'm caught up.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that next week. We're gonna let Marquise. We're gonna give you a week to catch up, but then we're gonna talk about.
I'm gonna say that right now. I probably ain't gonna catch up. Y'all might just have to just talk about this shit.
Sad.
So we're gonna talk
what
about
I'm gonna say is,
Snowfall. We're gonna talk about Snowfall in detail. But we're gonna get ready to wrap up. Again, we appreciate everyone, but check us out tonight on Caffeine and Twitch. Shout out to CP, the producer.
Yo,
thank you for everything that you do. We're going to be here next week. Again, you can catch this episode on YouTube on Friday and all of the major streaming platforms on Friday. And other than that, we will check you guys out next week. Peace.